Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay, welcome everyone to our 2 o'clock, March 14th, 2023 Commissioners' Agenda. Let the record reflect that all 5 commissioners are present. We have Commissioner French is on Zoom. Let's see, so we will start off. There was no written testimony that was received for today's agenda items, so I will then look to the open public forum. So if anyone would like to speak to anything that is not on our agenda, you are welcome to come up at this time, and I will take first call for anyone wishing to speak at the open public forum. Second call for anyone wishing to speak on any item that is not on our printed agenda today at the open public forum. Seeing no one online or no one in the audience. Third and final call for anyone wishing to testify at our open public forum. Seeing no one, I will close the open public forum and I will look to my fellow commissioners.
Madam Chair, I move to approve items 2 and 3, including all sub-items on today's 2 p.m. consent agenda.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion and a second to approve items 2 and 3 and all sub-items as presented on today's agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Not hearing any, motion passes unanimously. Commissioner French, are we able to use your signature stamp?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. That takes care of the items that are on our agenda. I will look to our CEO and our attorney to see if there's any other miscellaneous items that you would like to take up at this time.
Yes, Madam Chair, I have 2 miscellaneous items this afternoon. The first one is a resolution for the board, and this is in the matter of authorizing the Spokane County Prosecuting Attorney to execute a waiver under Rule of Professional Conduct 1.7 in conjunction with the prosecuting attorney, especially deputizing Attorney Franklin Cordell, to provide legal services. This is in relation to the county and the risk pool's appeal of the verdict in the Thurman case. Mr. Cordell is the attorney found by the risk pool to engage in this. He recently informed us that they did locate a conflict within their office. One of the other partners had advised NAFCARE in regards to the litigation which the county was involved in over the wrongful death out of the jail. This litigation is unrelated to the current litigation for which we are bringing Mr. Cordell on. And NAFCARE has already provided a written waiver of the conflict on their end. So this resolution would be to authorize Larry Haskell to sign the waiver on behalf of the county.
And this is coming at this point because of timing issues as well, correct?
Correct. Mediation in this matter is slated to start in early April.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve a resolution in the matter of authorizing Spokane County Prosecuting Attorneys to execute a waiver under RPC 1.7 in conjunction with the prosecuting attorney specially deputizing Attorney Franklin D. Cordell to provide legal services, and as presented by our Chief Civil Deputy.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Due to the nature, we do need to open this up for public testimony. So I'll first see if there's any other comments from commissioners.
Just a question. Just to be clear, the attorney who has the potential conflict was not involved in litigation, or trial litigation. It was an advice role. Is that correct?
That's my understanding,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that then, I will open this up for any public testimony on the motion that is before us. Second call for anyone wishing to testify on the motion before us. Seeing no one online or no one in the audience, third and final call for anyone wishing to testify on the motion in front of us. I will close the open public testimony and I'll call for the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. And you had one other item?
I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. This item is in regards to the December 13th, 2022 letter from Attorney Scott Mizell, which was received by the then 3 county commissioners, but which I believe all of the commissioners have been updated on. This letter indicated that Mr. Mizell was representing the Superior Court and presiding Judge Julie McKay regarding their request to obtain funding, facilities, and staffing for the board to establish a 13th judicial position. Looking at the board's records on this matter, there were at least 3 occasions which this was addressed in open session by the board. On September 13th, 2022, the board requested additional information regarding the court's needs as it relates to this position. Additionally, there was discussion of what space was available for an additional courtroom, as well as any ways to provide immediate relief for workload issues for the court. Again, on November 7th, this issue was brought up with the board again, and discussion involved an additional courtroom that could potentially be implemented in 2023 for first appearances, to be used as a commissioner courtroom or a relief courtroom. And then most recently, from what we could find, November 29th, 2022, there were some budget discussions regarding the Superior Court requesting a 13th judicial position and the related expenses. At this point, the prosecutor's office is requesting confirmation from the board that the board has not taken a final position on this issue, and that the board would like to continue discussions with Superior Court regarding funding, facilities, and staffing for a 13th judicial position. So I'm asking to just confirm that that is the position of the board today, and affirmation to that, or any discussion or questions the board has.
Thank you. I do, just each, I feel like we're in the exit row in an airplane, each one of us. I can get to, I mean, I can say my opinion is that, you know, we are continuing the discussions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't believe there had been any final decision made on this. My recollection is each of those conversations ended with us saying like, oh, let's continue to explore this, see how we can make this come to be. So that's what I remember, the discussions. So.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Commissioner French.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will echo the comments of my fellow commissioners. That's my recollection of the meetings that we've had, and I'm not aware of any time where we made a decision that said one way or the other. And I think we're still trying to explore options, find ways to accommodate the 13th court, 13th judge, and so that dialogue continues on. So I would agree with you, Madam Chair, and my fellow commissioner, Commissioner Kearns, and the recollection of those discussions.
Okay, very good.
And thank you, Madam Chair. As one of the new commissioners, I've had the opportunity with Commissioner Jordan to meet with the Superior Court judges and discuss a 13th judge position. And so I'm definitely interested in continuing that dialogue. There's a lot of things, a lot of requests that we get from across the county. We're already learning. But this is one that's been out there for a while, and I think definitely is worth continuing to consider and work with our judges on what are other things, you know, that we can work on with them. This is just one of many, many opportunities.
If you need to hear from everyone, I would concur, really hoping, and, you know, like Commissioner Waldrop, I wasn't party personally to the previous conversations, but look forward to hopefully a collaborative discussion with the judges being continued from the previous discussions that have been going on. And so that's my understanding of where we're at and where we're intending to go.
And thank you very much. So based on the board's desire to continue these discussions and consideration for funding of a 13th judicial position, the prosecutor's office feels that we have the duty and the ability to represent both the board and the Superior Court in this matter and to facilitate these discussions moving forward, and we will take appropriate actions to that effect. Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner French, you have another comment?
I did, Madam Chair. I would just like to remind my fellow commissioners that we did invest into an intake and release facility that ended up being constructed with the intent that, that would basically be able to facilitate a night court. And so, it was, as I remember, it was the Superior Court that rejected staffing that night court. And so that's one of the reasons why that opportunity never materialized and stuff. But, if we could put that back on the table and have that discussion, that might also help not only facilitate the discussion about the 13th judge, but also improve the criminal justice system. So just wanted to refresh my fellow commissioners of that discussion that we had as well.
Thank you. Okay, is that taking care of all of our miscellaneous items? I want to say I see that we had a group join us, and I just want to say thank you very much, Ms. Paulson. It's nice to see you, and nice to see your group of students here and chaperones. So I hear you're getting a tour of the county, so I think it's awesome that you've brought them down to the Spokane County so they can see what county government really does. So thank you all very much for being here. So with that, is there any, Scott?
Madam Chair, I do have one item for executive session. That'll be for the purpose of discussing labor negotiations under RCW 4230-140, subsection 4. In attendance, in addition to the commissioners, will be the executive management team, Chief Civil Deputy Chris Anderson, Josh Grote, Chris Anderson and Josh Grote. And that'll be about 20 minutes and no decision expected.
Okay. We can do that, or at least for five minutes. So we will do that. We are going to delay starting until, we'll say 1:25. We'll start or 2:25, thank you, since our clocks have not moved with the time change. I'll look at my phone here. So 2:25, we will start, and that will give us a chance just to be able to clear out and let any questions that the students might have come up and ask. So we anticipate 20 minutes, and then we will be adjourning for the day at that point, as there's no decisions that will be made. So thank you all very much.